Hi everybody, Steve Bourie here. I am the author of The American Casino Guide, and today I'm joined by Matt Bourie.
And I'm the editor of The American Casino Guide, and today we're going to tell you guys the truth on how to win on slot machines.
That's right, the absolute truth. There's a lot of bad information out there on slot machines about how they work, and people say, oh, I can teach you how to win every time, or they have some slot system they want to sell you. We're not here to sell you anything. We are here just to give you the truth about how to win on slot machines.
The truth is, if any of those people were actually making the money that they claim they are, they would not be telling anyone about it because they would be too busy in the casino making money. So those people are just all ridiculous. So really, when it comes down to it, there's a short answer and there's a long answer. We're going to go over both, but first we're going to start with the short answer. The short answer is simply that you just cannot win in the long run playing on a slot machine. A slot machine is just a computer that is designed to pay out less money than it takes in. So, you know, anything can happen in the short run. You can be playing and win a jackpot on your first spin and then leave, but chances are in the long run that's not going to happen every time. You are not going to win money.
So in this short answer, this is for the situation for most people. Now, because you can't win in the long run, I mean, like Matt said, anything can happen in the short run, you can win, but the longer you play, the more likely you are to lose. But when you play a slot machine, you have to look at it as entertainment. I mean, if you were to go to a sporting event, or you went to a concert, or you went to a play or something, you would have to pay to go see that. So you know, you have to look at your visit to the casino as entertainment, and you're paying for your entertainment. Now, the only difference is if you go to a sporting event and spend $300, or a concert and spend $300, you're not going to get anything back for it. But if you go to a casino, they'll send you benefits back in the mail. They'll rebate a certain percentage of your losses, or your expected losses, or theoretical losses. And also, they'll give you things like free shows, or free rooms, or free food. So you'll get benefits back.
But that is only if you sign up for the Players Club and use your Players Club card when you're playing, which you 100% have to do. If you're going to be playing a negative expectation game like slot machines where you're expected to lose money, you want to sign up for the Players Club so that you can get all of the perks that he was just talking about and use them. Because if you're not playing with the Players Club card and you don't have an account, there's no way for them to know how much you were playing, so you're not going to get anything back.
Okay, so the short answer is you really can't win on slot machines. The best you can hope for is to get some good benefits back. You know, consider it your entertainment dollar, money that you would spend. You go to a movie or a show or whatever, and it's your entertainment dollar, and they'll give you back some benefits. So you want to find a club that gives you, or a casino that gives you good benefits, and be content with that. Now, that's a short answer, and that applies to most people. Now, this is the long answer. And this can get a little complicated, but please follow along, and you will learn how to win money on slot machines. The long answer is?
The long answer is that it can be done, and the reason we say that it does not apply to most people is because it requires a good bit of time and effort, and nobody wants to put in time and effort to do anything.
Most people, they want to go in, pull the handle, win $1 million, and leave the casino, but it's not that easy.
If it were that easy, we would not be making this video. We would be in the casino making millions.
Exactly. So the long answer is that, well, let's go to there's multiple parts to this long answer. The first part is we were talking about the Players Club. So you can make money playing a slot machine if the benefits that the casino give you are more than your expected losses. Now, it's kind of rare for this to happen with slot machines. It's more likely to happen if you play video poker. But the casino, what a casino does is they know how much money you put through the machine, and they have a formula to calculate your expected loss on that machine. And then based on that formula, they will rebate to you, like we said before, certain benefits. They'll give you cash back, or rooms, or shows, or food, or whatever. But if you perhaps find a machine where the calculations are set incorrectly, they may send you more benefits than your expected losses. It's rare to happen, but it could happen.
And the way that you would do this is you would go into a casino and you'd sit down at a slot machine and you would just have to track how much money you put through on a machine. Like, say you sit down at a $1 slot machine betting $5 a spin. If you spin it 100 times, that means you've put through $500. So then you'd leave, and then you got to wait, like, it's a long drawn out process. So you'd have to wait a month or two for them to send out the marketing mail. And then once you get the marketing mail, look and see what they gave you. You know, if you put through $500 and they're giving you $50 back, I mean, that's a pretty good deal, because in the long run, on the dollar slot machine, it's got about a 5 to an 8% house edge. So you put through $500, you're supposed to lose between $25 and $40. And if they're sending you $50 in free play, then that is one of those mistakes that, in the long run, you should make $10. Or, you know, you could put through, and if they don't send you a lot, I mean, you could, next time you go, you could put through $1,000 and then wait again and see what they send you. So you'd have to just, it takes a lot of trial and error.
Okay, but that is one way you could make money on slot machines if the benefits they give you are greater than your expected losses. Okay, so number 2, now this is banking slot machines. You can make money on banking slot machines. Now people are going to say, well, what are banking slot machines? Well, this started back, and here's a book by Charles Lund. This book was written in 1999. It's called Robbing the One-Armed Bandits, Finding and Exploiting Advantageous Slot Machines. Now, don't go out looking for this book because it's out of print and these machines are no longer available. But this was the first book that really explored this area. Because as we said, normally a slot machine has the advantage over you. But what happens with a banking slot machine, and the first kind of machine to have this was a WMS, I think it was called Williams back then, now it's WMS Gaming. There was a machine called piggy banking. And with that machine, there was these little animatronic pigs on there, and there would be a bank, and as you played it, if you didn't win anything, or if a certain symbol, I forget exactly how it worked, but it would build up credits in the machine. So it turned out that once these credits reached a certain level, the machine was advantageous. So if you were walking through a casino, and what Charles Lund did in this book was he went through all different kinds of banking machines, and again, this was the first one. So he said on $1, $2, and $5 machines with 18 or more credits in the piggy bank, and on nickel and quarter machines with 21 or more credits in the piggy bank, play 1 credit per spin, and then you would play it. And once a little symbol came up on one of the 3 reels called Break the Bank, it would give you all the money that was in the bank at that point. So like he says, if you happen to be walking through the casino and you saw a machine that was in an advantageous condition, and you only played those machines when it was in that, the threshold in the bank was above that amount, you would mathematically have an advantage over the casino, and you could make money.
Now, the problem with those machines is that once people figured them out, they like to call them vultures, end up showing up at the casinos, and they would sort of hover around or sit on a machine next to it and sort of keep track of who was playing these machines.
Well, actually, what they would do, they would try and, originally, what they should have done was they would, if a machine was empty, they should go over, and it was advantageous, they would go over and play it, but they got a little too aggressive.
Yeah, so they got aggressive, and then what they would do is, if they saw somebody playing it and they saw that it got to an advantageous state, what they would do is they'd sit down next to them, start smoking a cigarette, blowing smoke in their face. You know, they were getting real obnoxious about it. And then the casinos, people started complaining to the casinos that all these people were being mean to them. And then the casinos figured it out, that it was because of those machines. So they ended up pulling those machines. So the banking slot machines still exist today, but they're in different forms. They're not quite as blatant as they used to be. Some of them are, there's Plants vs. Zombies 3D, where it has a little pink bar that runs across the top, and it's the brains meter, I think it is. So as you're playing, anytime a brains symbol appears on the machine, it'll add a little chunk to the meter, and then once the meter fills up, you go into a bonus round. And as you keep playing, but if you play and you don't get that symbol, it sort of goes down. But the higher up it is, the easier it is to get to that bonus round. So I mean, if there's 2 machines and one of them has the meter completely empty and the other one has the meter almost completely full, you're going to want to play that one because it's much easier to get to the bonus round. There's another one called New Year Festival,
which is one that we play in a casino near us.
Yeah, and it has it has a string of firecrackers on the top. There's two screens, like the bottom screen where you play the game and the top screen where it shows all the progressives. And there's a string of firecrackers, and then on the right above the reels, it has a number. It says how many strings of firecrackers are left. It can be anywhere from 15 to 1, and somewhere randomly in those 15 strings of firecrackers, when you pop one of the firecrackers, it'll send you into the bonus round, and you can win you're guaranteed to win one of the progressives. And what it is as you're playing, a firecracker will appear on any of the 3 reels, and it'll randomly pop a certain number of firecrackers. And when it gets to the top of that string, it starts at 15. So when you get to the top of one string, then it goes to 14, and another string appears. So you just have to see that number has to be pretty low. It generally has to be, if you can find one that's lower than 6 or 7, then you can pretty much always win money. You'll hit one of the progressives before you use the amount of money that you will hit on the progressive. Another one is Space Invaders. It's a new skill-based slot machine where it's just like the old arcade game where you move around and you have to shoot the little spaceships. And the same thing, certain symbols show up in the game. I think it's a quarter, like the same way you put in the old arcade machine. And you can have a stack of quarters, and I think it's once you get to like 4 or 5 quarters, the more quarters that you use in the bonus game, the higher amount of money you can win in the bonus game. So again, if there's a whole bank of Space Invader machines, one of them doesn't have any quarters built up in it, the other one's got 4 quarters built up in it already, you're going to want to sit down and play the 4 quarters one. Because I believe it gives you like a multiplier or something in the bonus round. So why would you want to play a bonus round with no multiplier when you can go 2 machines down and play one with a 4 times multiplier in the bonus round? So it's games like that. You just gotta be careful and just keep your eye out for weird symbols. Generally, if they have any kind of symbol that you have to keep getting over and over again, like banking it to get to the bonus round, then that's what you want to look for.
And just keep in mind that slot manufacturers are putting out different kinds of machines all the time, and a few of them, not a huge amount, but a few of them will have this feature in there, and it's something you want to be aware of when you go to the casino, because it could present an advantageous opportunity for you. And if you do find these and you only play them when they're in an advantageous state, you can make money playing slot machines.
So the last thing we want to go over are must-hit-by slot machines. They're relatively a new fad. That they're getting much more popular than they used to be. And what it is it'll have generally a mini jackpot and a mega jackpot, and it'll have a range where it'll start at, like the mini ones generally start at 20 or 25, and they hit by 50. And the bigger ones will generally start at like 250 and hit by 500, or start at 350 and hit by 500, something like that. And what it is it's guaranteed to hit before it gets to that top amount. And the way they work is somebody is playing the machine, they hit the random jackpot, and when it resets back, so say that it must hit by 50, and it starts at 20. As soon as it restarts down to $20, the machine will randomly pick a set number value between $20 and $50. And once the jackpot builds to that amount, it automatically rewards it to the player. Now, it can be anywhere from $20.01 all the way up to $49.99. It's completely random, but you just have to know that the higher the jackpot has built up, it hasn't hit yet, so you just know that it's a smaller amount that it has to hit by at the top end. And certain machines, there's a way to calculate it to figure out when is the advantageous time to play those.
But as an example, if you were walking through a casino and you saw a machine that said it must hit by $50 and it was at $48, it's worth your while to sit down at that machine and play that machine. Because in the long run, you will win more on the machine than you will lose. But like Matt said, there's a way to calculate it. But one thing you can do if you want to calculate, these are progressive machines where a certain amount of the money that goes through the machine is used to build up that jackpot. So an example, if you wanted to try and calculate the amount that's put through the progressive meter for each dollar you put through, Matt?
So yeah, so like say you walk up to the machine, you say it's close, it's like $45, and it's at $45, it's going to hit by $50. You can sit down at the machine and sort of figure out how much money you have to put through. So if you say you put through one, it's a penny machine, and if the max bet is $1, if you can bet $1, bet $1. It's got to be a flat amount. Either bet $1, bet $2, and then see how much the progressive meter goes up. So if you sit down, it's at $45.00, you bet $1, and it goes up to $45.01, then that means it has a 1% buildup. So you would know that for every $1 you put through, it's going to go up 1 cent. For every $10 you put through, it's going to go up 10 cents. For every $100 you put through, it's going to go up $1. So you know, a penny slot machine generally has like a 10% edge. So for every $100 you put through, you're supposed to lose $10. So if it's at $45 and you put through $100 and it goes up to $46, that means the most you're going to have to put through is $500, and your edge on that machine that you're going to lose is going to be somewhere around $50. So that would be about a break-even point. So if you walked up to the machine and it was at like $46, $48, that's where it gets into the advantageous area where it's in your favor, because if it's at $48, the most you have to put through to win that jackpot is going to be $200 if it's at a 1%. So, you know, if you put through $200, your expected loss is $20, and if you're going to win 50, somewhere between $48 and $50, you know, you're going to make money in the long run.
Okay, that's part number 3 on how to win on slot machines. We went over if a casino makes a mistake and pays you more than the expected loss by finding banking slot machines, and also playing must-hit-by slots. The last 2, of course, playing them when they're in advantageous condition. Now, if you can do any of those 3 things, you can make money in the long run on slot machines. They're not easy to do. It requires some work on your part to figure this all out. But, you know, again, and this is the truth, there is no easy way. If you know, so if you see these videos out there about, oh, we'll tell you how to make $1 million on slot machines real easy, there is no easy way. So these are the best 3 ways to make money on slot machines in the long run.
All right, so make sure you subscribe to our channel, because we're going to be making videos like this for a lot of other casino games coming up soon, like video poker, blackjack, and craps, and a few others. So make sure you keep an eye out for those, and good luck and hit lots of jackpots.
Yes, thanks very much for watching, and best wishes for good luck in the casino.